Today we're going to talk about something very important you need to do if you're buying a home with a family member. Whether you're buying to live together as a second home or as an investment property, you need to make sure you have this conversation before you reach out to a lender and before you start home shopping. Okay? Now, most people do not do this, and from my position as a lender, I hear a lot of horror stories. So let's talk about this. The first thing you need to do is let's do the lake house as the example. We'll go through a couple of these, okay? So if I'm gonna buy a lake house with my sister Sarah, right? I'm gonna say, okay, Sarah, let's buy a lake house together. How much are you gonna put down? How much am I gonna put down? Are we gonna split the monthly payment, or are you gonna pay more? Am I paying more? Who's gonna pay what? Are you gonna pay electric? Are we gonna set up an account so that we put all the utilities for that house and then we both split it? Or how's that gonna work? Okay. The other question is, with the lake house, maybe I want to use the lake house every single month and Sarah only wants to use it once a year for 1 month. So in that case, am I paying more? Right? Or what if Sarah wants to use it all year, but I want to use it all year too, but we don't want to be there together? How do you work that out? These are the conversations you want to have up front, because what happens a lot is people buy the beautiful lake house and then it's like, oh, I need a refinance to take Sarah off because she's hogging it. And I told her to go buy her own lake house. Can you refinance me? Okay. Conversations about this stuff up front make it so that you don't end up in a position where you're having sour family relationships and wasting money by refinancing. One of the things I see the most is expenses, who pays for what, and how those expenses are handled. And you'll see sometimes someone's like, well, I pay them every month, but they don't pay me for it till like 3 months later because they think I'm rich. Right? And you don't want that. So it's very important you have the conversation up front in the second home. Okay, how are the utilities being paid? When do you want to use it? When am I going to use it? Who's going to use it the most? What is the situation? Okay. I mean, you could even deep dive and get into, well, am I furnishing it or are you furnishing it? Are we going to go together and pick out furniture? What is our protocol? Are you going to bring your dog? Does your husband smoke? I don't want smoke in there though. All these different things to take into consideration before you hop in with a family member on a purchase. Okay. Now, if you're going to live together, and I'm actually going to tell you guys a story about this. So if you guys are going to live together, you need to definitely map out, can you guys even live together? I recently had a client, I didn't do the original mortgage, but her and her mom had bought a house within the last year. Well, guess what? They can't live together. The daughter feels like her mother is constantly micromanaging her. The mother feels like her daughter's life's a mess. They hate each other at this point, and mom moved out, and mom stopped making payments on the house. So now the daughter, who really couldn't afford this house on her own, is doing extra jobs, scraping by so she can pay that mortgage. Mom bounced. And it gets worse. How could it get worse, right? Well, mom is saying, if you don't get me off that loan and pay me my portion of equity, I'm gonna sue you. Yeah. So the daughter's coming to me saying, can you please help me? And I'm looking at it going, I'm really sorry, but you never qualified on your own. Someone should have talked to you guys about this. I was not the lender again. And also, like, you don't have any equity. So if mom's trying to push you into selling, you don't have enough value in the house. They had done a very low down payment program. You don't have enough value in the house in order to sell it because you won't be able to pay the realtors. So you'd be doing a short sale or a foreclosure. So your best bet is you need to just keep on paying the mortgage and living there because the daughter wants to stay there, and hope mom backs off. Here's a letter from me saying that I can't refinance her off the loan. I hope this helps. And it's really tragic because you see families destroyed over this stuff. And it would be so much easier and better for the family relationship if you faced all of these questions up front. And I understand these conversations can be awkward, right? Because we all just want to be like, it'd be super cool to call my sister and be like, Sarah, lake house, let's do it. We'll get CJ to qualify us. Let's go. But these are investments. These are financial investments. And it's really important that you keep in mind when you're buying a home, it's a financial investment. If you're buying a home with a family member, they are a business partner. take all the family stuff away. They are a business partner. How would you treat a stranger in terms of negotiating the living terms prior to making this investment? And if you do it up front, it's a great way to find out, is it even going to make sense, right? Because if mom had said, if like the daughter had said, you know, I come home at 3 a.m. every night, I'll probably be drunk. This is not specific to that situation. I don't think that was happening, but I'm just saying. And if the mom was like, I want you home by 8 p.m., I go to bed at 8 and I can't have any, that would be me. I can't have any noise at all. They would have gone, okay, this won't work. Let's not do this, right? Let's wait till we can qualify on our own. But those conversations were not had. And I just want to backtrack there for a minute because I feel like I like slammed the daughter in the example, which 100% is not what I was doing. But people do have very different patterns. You know, I am a person, I cannot handle noise. So if I ever lived with someone who loved loud music, I would break, right? And that's the thing. People are very particular. With the lake house, if both people always want to be at it, how does it work? It doesn't. So that's why you want to have these conversations up front. You want to know who's paying what, who's writing off what on the tax returns, and how the living arrangements are going to work. So I hope this has been helpful. I have another horrible family story for you later this week. I laugh because it's the only way I don't cry. You know, someone was saying my videos were getting a little dark, and I'm like, guys, you don't know what I see. Like, I see some bad stuff. So we're going to talk about another family horror story on Thursday, and this is buying a house from a family member, what to watch out for. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys are all